Hi, welcome to my channel. Today's video is all about faith because I get a lot of comments on videos that say, I don't know how I can persist and believe that this is going to happen. First of all, persistence isn't necessary, and second of all, faith is definitely not necessary. Well, both of it definitely not necessary. I never do either. I don't persist in order to get something, and I don't have complete faith that something will come. What I do have, and I have cultivated over time, is this calmness within me that says, this is probably going to happen now, but it might not. I still have that going on, and I think that's a human thing. I think the majority of people probably do. Not everybody, but I would say 90% of us are probably that way inclined. This is not about faith, because this is not religion, that you're having to believe in a God. I mean, maybe you do think that this is God, and that's fine if you do have that faith. I'm not saying that's a negative thing to have it. It's not at all. It's always a positive. It's great to have that, but it isn't necessary, because this is all energetic. This is about energy and about frequency, and about that frequency being as pure as possible. And when we mix it up with a need to believe in something, a need to have faith, a need to persist with it, otherwise it's going to slip away from us, that frequency is not then pure. It's mixed up with whatever that is. So that becomes a whole new frequency that you're putting out there. The key thing with anything, do I really want this? Okay, how much do I want this? How do I feel about it? Are there compromises I would need to make that I don't really want to make? So that's going to change the vibration. Are there things like, I don't really know if this is right for me, I don't think this is right for another person? Are there things going on that are changing the frequency of that wish within you? Because what you really want to look at doing, and above all, this has been the most important thing to me, is finding a pure wish for something. No, I just really want this. Nothing else matters. Well, not nothing else matters, but nothing else matters within that wish. I just want this. Because that is a clear frequency. It's a crystal clear frequency that's not messed up with anything else. You don't need to then go and persist in order to get this. You don't need to affirm, you don't need to script, you don't need to do anything. Do you know what? As soon as I come and video at him, my cat climbs on the roof and tries to get my attention. It's so ridiculous every time. So I'm going to ignore him, because if I keep opening the door when he does this, then he is just going to never stop doing it. So we'll try to ignore it. Sorry if you can hear him up there. But trying to do anything, it's like anything. If you resist a feel, it's you're kind of, if you try too hard at anything, the energy that you have is one of push. You're pushing at something, trying to make something happen. And if, we're manifesting day in, day out, everything is a manifestation, isn't it? And we're shifting in reality depending on what's going on inside of us. And you don't have to have belief, do you, to make for those things to happen. You'll find that something manifested in your life and you think, oh, wow, that was weird. But you didn't have any belief it was going to happen, because it's not necessary. All that's necessary is that pure feeling that isn't messed up with other things, that makes that vibration then different. Because just imagine bringing doubt into it, bringing a doubt is in a way that I shouldn't doubt. Imagine that feeling, because doubt is, I doubt things all the time, doesn't make any difference. But bringing those feelings into it. So you start with this wish, and it's pure, in its purest state before you add things to it. And then you add, but the time is going on, this is taking forever. So I'm starting to lose my faith that this is going to happen. And now I'm worried that I'm losing my faith because I'm losing my faith, so it probably won't happen. All of the circumstances that you start bringing in, well, actually, this is going on, so it's quite unlikely that this would happen. Everything that you add to it is another layer to it. So every layer that you add changes the frequency of this particular thing, because it changes the energy of it. So the energetic value is that, with all of those things mixed into it. So not just that. I hope I'm making sense here. What you're looking for is just that, just the thing. That's it. And if you're struggling with persistence, why do you need to persist? Because this is something, this not outside of us, but it's something separate from this physical being that we are. Something is going on here that we don't understand, but we are not in control of that. We're in control to the point where we feel it, we desire it, we intentionally do, we don't, we unintentionally do it. We're in control in that way. But then what happens after that, and the way it comes to us, is completely not under our physical control. And you don't... I have imagined things happening in certain ways, and they've happened in exactly that way, but it's always been, well, mostly apart from a couple of occasions actually that I can think of now, where I haven't really set an intentional intention. It's just been, I've been lost in my head, and things have happened in the exact way. But generally what you want to do is go, I'm open to this coming in the best possible way to me. because then you don't start looking for specific ways for things to happen. You're looking out, expecting it to happen in a certain way, so you're constantly focused on it. But if you don't know how it's going to come, you can't look at all ways, can you? Because you couldn't possibly know. Some things have come to me in such a roundabout, weird ass way that I thought I could have never imagined that in a million years, and that's good, because then I cannot get hung up on anything if I've opened it up to coming in whichever way. But let's just bring it back to this. Persistence isn't necessary. Faith, definitely not necessary. It doesn't matter if you doubt. I still do that. I have a more calm feeling now over these things, but I never go, oh, that's definitely going to come to me now. I never think that, because that's the rational brain, isn't it? And it's always going to question. And so I never think that. I just think there's a really good chance that's going to happen now, because that just takes a ton of resistance away from me. May not work for you. You may think, well, no, it has to be 100% and that's that. But I don't find that 100% works for me. So I just go, very good chance. I used to go 95%. It's 95% chance that's going to happen now, because it just worked for me. It just felt good to say that. I thought that is really good odds. That's all you need. You don't need anything else at all. But that clear, imagine the vibration of the thing that you want. So imagine it being crystal clear. That's what you're looking for. If you start bringing in everything else, all these different things, you will layer it and layer it and layer it until it's a different vibration, a different frequency. You're still getting that back, but you're getting a mix. You're getting what you're creating in that energetic value that you've created inside of you. So you're looking for the purest thing possible. So that comes with, I just want this. Do I really want this? And I do this. If I'm not sure or something's gone on a bit, I think, do I really just want this? And if I can feel anything else now, I think, oh, I need to deal with that. But generally it's like, no, yeah, I just really want this. And if there is anything else there, I'm quite good at going, you know, that's not going to help me. Is that important? Are those things important? No. Really try and feel that pure wish for it, and that is it. Sometimes that's all I can do with anything, because I know that I will build resistance if I try to do more to get something. So I just go, do you know what, I can't do anything else. That's all I can do. I've set that clear intention, I've sent out that frequency. What else can happen, really? It's got to come back at some point, but I have no idea when, and time is not under my control, for sure. I don't get that. I don't get the time. Well, I kind of do in my own sort of world, but I don't make videos about it because I don't really know. It's only what I kind of think for me. So I'm not really sure. But still, it's all about clarity of intent and then feeling that pure vibration of it, which is a pure signal. So it's going to come back to you exactly as. But if you layer it up with all these other different things, and particularly trying to keep believing in something, which you don't need to do, absolutely do not need to do, that will be another layer, and that will make it into something different. I hope this was useful. I didn't know if I was explaining this in the right way or not. But that's how it feels to me. I'm layering it up with different things, and so I'm changing the vibration of it, I'm changing the energy of it. So of course I can't get back that initial thing that I wished for, because I'm layering it upon layer upon layer upon layer. But then if I forgot all about it, and I just thought, oh, do you know what, forget it. I don't get this, I'm just forgetting all about it. And I literally did just decide that I'm done with it. Then that vibration, that sort of dissolves into nothing then. That it doesn't mean anything then, and then that initial wish that you had will come into play at some point when you're least expecting it. Okay, I hope this was useful. If you don't know anything about me, I'm an author, manifesting coach and a mindset coach.